I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy. We Australians are quick to complain that we often see more than our fair share of old and run-down ships in our region, almost universally featuring questionable plumbing. While some of that is true, our market recently has seen the arrival of many new ships including Resilient Lady, Celebrity Edge, Ovation and Quantum of the Seas, and Majestic Princess. Now another relatively new ship is set to debut down under, and I just spent 7 days on board. So let me tell you all about Discovery Princess and what you'll love about sailing on the second newest Princess ship in the fleet. Don't forget to head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au, to research and book your next cruise. Australians are very familiar with Princess's Royal class of ships. The 2013 launched Royal Princess is a local mainstay, and Majestic Princess sailed here for a number of seasons after arriving in Sydney for the first time in late 2018 when she was barely a year old. Now for the first time, Discovery Princess will set sail from Australia in December 2025. She's the last of 6 Royal class ships built for Princess cruises, and as the final vessel in the series, brings with her a raft of revisions driven by passenger feedback and natural brand evolution. She'll have clocked just over 3.5 years in service when she arrives in Sydney Harbour in December 2025, and her arrival will coincide with the 50-year anniversary of the Pacific Princess, the original Love Boat, sailing her first round-trip cruise out of Sydney in 1975. The confluence of such milestones seems to have been planned by a savvy public relations team. On board, Discovery Princess features the stunning multi-level atrium called the Piazza. It's the largest central atrium in the Princess fleet, featuring ornate detailing, twin spiral staircases that make for the perfect photo op, and of course access to a range of dining, bar, shopping and entertainment venues. Compared to Royal Princess, the Piazza feels lighter and more vibrant, with more natural light. Where Royal featured lots of dark timber detailing, Discovery feels bright and more contemporary while still maintaining that warmth and charm that Princess is famous for. Unlike the newest Sun Princess with its divisive circular piazza that is effectively cut with a giant LED screen, Discovery's feels like the classic central town square that suits these ships and this brand so well. Unfortunately, town squares can often be noisy places, and the Piazza on Discovery Princess is no different. Excessive volume from live music, game shows, dance lessons, and the like can impact on those trying to enjoy some of the other spaces. This is typical for Princess, and I've mentioned it several times. It is just part of being on a big ship cruise experience. I cruised on board Royal Princess earlier this year, and I've linked to my review in the description below. Because of that trip, I had a very keen sense for what had changed in the almost 10 years since she launched. While both ships are clearly related, Discovery offers a few big changes and some small ones that all add up to create a more amenable holiday environment. On the upper decks, Discovery Princess sees the return of the wake view or aft pool. This was a classic Princess Cruises feature that was notably absent on the first 3 Royal class ships. Its return provides yet another pool location for guests to enjoy on warm weather cruises. The location and spacing is a little strange, with the ship's existing layout obviously impacting where the pool could fit, and it feels a little cramped, as though it's competing for space with seating for the World Fresh Marketplace buffet and the Wakeview bar. Still, I chalk this up as a big improvement and one that I think guests will enjoy. The main Lido pool deck remains a hive of activity, as you would expect, especially on a day at sea, but unlike Royal Princess, I feel as though Discovery Princess can better cater for more passengers. This is thanks mainly to the replacement of the smaller circular plunge pool found on Royal with a much larger lap pool. This was made possible with the removal of the central water fountain, meaning no more watercolor light shows, but I think the change is a positive. Instead, there's a new central hot tub and circular seating pods. Like on all Princess ships, the MUTS, or Movies Under the Stars screen, returns and features everything from sporting events to concerts and of course new release movies, which are the backbone of the MUTS experience. Sun lounges are topped with comfortable pads and complimentary pizza by the slice. Hamburgers, hot dogs, soft serve ice cream and more are available only steps away. Further forward on Discovery Princess, the adults-only retreat returns, but with a new layout. Personally, I do prefer the old layout on Royal Princess, which feels more open and offers expansive outward views from the actual pool deck. On Discovery, the retreat is now split across 2 levels, and this change was made in order to accommodate additional passenger cabins. On the lower level, you'll find a pool and bar surrounded by sun lounges and comfortable lounge-style seating. Personally, I'm a fan of the shade, so although I miss the ocean views, I appreciated that this felt like an area where I could enjoy being outdoors but avoid direct sunlight if I chose. On the upper level, you'll find 2 hot tubs, one on each side, as well as sun lounges and cabanas, which are available on a first come, first served basis. The trudging between both levels for a drink from the bar or even to use the pool or the hot tub or vice versa feels a bit stunted, and downstairs does also feel a little bit like a fishbowl thanks to the glass windows that look outward to the pool from internal passenger corridors. Up front, the sanctuary continues as Princess's paid access area for the ultimate in daytime relaxation. Here, sanctuary stewards are on hand to assist with food and drink delivery, as well as the supply of towels or even blankets depending on the weather. In a change from the Royal Princess, this space now features a single hot tub. In a nod to the more contemporary styling found across the ship, the sanctuary has a beach club-like appearance that I really liked. Half day, full day and cruise long access can be purchased, starting at about $30 for a half day stint. Inside, lots of venues have also received a refresh. Princess Live has eschewed the TV studio appearance found on Discovery's older sisters. Instead, the area features an open design that helps to bring more people into the space. Generally, you'll find events such as trivia and art auctions held here. Further aft, the Crown Grill bar has been reoriented and redesigned. Connected to the Crown Grill specialty restaurant, the bar features a range of specialty cocktails and beverages, as well as comfortable lounges. I especially enjoyed this spot for a pre-dinner drink. It felt more relaxed than the sometimes chaotic piazza, and a drink here was typically complemented by the music of a resident pianist. When it comes time to dine, Discovery Princess offers the usual suspects that you might be used to from a Princess cruise. That means 3 main dining rooms offering breakfast daily, lunch on sea days and embarkation day, and dinner nightly, with each restaurant split between offering traditional early and late seating dining, flexible dining, and walk-in dining. In addition, there's the venerable International Cafe. Open 24/7, it offers both sweet and savory meals and snacks. It's a favorite of mine, especially for those times when you're not quite hungry enough for lunch and you don't want to ruin your dinner, but you still want something. On the upper levels of the ship, there's the World Fresh Marketplace Buffet. It's open for all main meals and offers a smaller snack service between main meal times. I always find that there's plenty of variety here, lots of really fresh choices, and there's even an alternating menu based on different cuisines and regions for each night of the cruise. On the pool deck, you'll find pizza by the slice, soft serve ice cream, hot dogs, hamburgers and chips, tacos, and more. Everything mentioned so far is included in your cruise fare. On the specialty dining front, you're able to choose between the Crown Grill Steakhouse, Sabatini's Italian Trattoria, and the Catch by Rudy, plus 360, a very special experience which I'll talk about in a moment. All 3 restaurants offer a menu of starters, mains, desserts, and sides, which attracts a per-person cover charge. Prices can change over time, but expect to pay around $45 or 65 Australian dollars per person. Reservations can also be made online ahead of time or once you're on board, but I would suggest doing it online if you would like to lock in a particular day and time. The Catch is quickly becoming a favorite among regular Princess cruisers. There's an ample menu offering good variety. I chose the calamari, which were tender rings set within a crispy coating, and the grilled king prawns, which became one of my favorite dishes of the cruise. Chantilly lace for dessert was a decadent end to the meal, and honestly I couldn't finish that one. Most know that Crown Grill is a Princess staple. The quintessential steakhouse is a must visit on each cruise, for me anyway. My only advice is to arrive hungry, because between the starters, mains, sides and dessert, you'll likely be rolling yourself away from the table. It hasn't ever disappointed. Sabatini's, on the other hand, can be a bit of a hit and miss one for me. Pre-COVID, it was one of my favorite specialty restaurants on board Princess, but ever since, it just seems to miss the mark more than it hits it. On Royal Princess earlier this year, I found the food to be overly seasoned and it just didn't land. But I am glad to say that on board Discovery, it was a big improvement while still to me falling short of what I experienced 8 or so years ago. Princess offers a third, confusing dining tier known as casual dining. In a nutshell, it falls between your included dining and your higher tier specialty dining. On board Discovery Princess, these venues are O'Malley's Irish Pub, the Ocean Terrace, and Gigi's Pizzeria. Each offers an a la carte menu with individual item pricing or the choice of a set menu, but travelers who choose either the Princess Plus or Princess Premier fare can dine on the set menu for no additional cost. This typically includes a starter, a choice of main, and a dessert, but does ultimately depend on the menu of the venue that you're dining at. I didn't have a chance to experience O'Malley's during our cruise, but I did dine at Ocean Terrace and Gigi's. Ocean Terrace offered freshly made nigiri and sushi rolls, and it was a great light and tasty lunch. It was popular too, with a queue quickly forming, I think in part because the venue itself is on the small side. When it comes to Gigi's, the easiest way to summarize the experience is to say that Princess knows pizza. Pizzas are freshly made to order with a range that is included in the set menu and others that are extra cost even for those cruising on the elevated Princess Plus or Premier fare tiers. I found the pizzas as delicious as ever, but the base seemed slightly overcooked and crispier than what I experienced earlier this year on Royal Princess. It goes to show that nuances between ships can happen, obviously dependent on factors such as different chefs and even access to ingredients. The main star of the dining show on board Discovery Princess though is 360, and if you're not interested in spoilers, then I suggest you use the chapter tool to skip to the next section. 360 is an experiential dining venue that combines delicious food with technological wizardry to bring what's on your plate to life in a way that I've not experienced before. It all starts in the piazza with a welcome cocktail, with all 20 guests later ushered through the Catch by Rudy and into 360. Once seated, you are surrounded by screens, and with projectors atop each diner's table setting, the room comes to life with sound, smell, yes, smell, and of course taste. A multi-course menu takes travelers through the Mediterranean from Greece to Italy to France, accompanied by the narrations of Brooke Shields and assisted by a team of very hardworking servers. Almost everything about this meal comes to life. I don't want to give everything away, but I do highly recommend the experience. If you're familiar with Le Petit Chef from Celebrity Cruises, you'll kind of know what this is like, but I have to say that this is much more elevated in terms of the entire experience. It feels much more immersive and more elevated in both the menu and production. Dinner here also features accompanying cocktails and wines, including a limited edition underwater aged red. The cost for dinner here is around $149 per person, and it's worth noting that it isn't considered a specialty dining venue, so is not included for cruisers who choose Princess Premier. Princess has always offered a good number of bar and lounge venues for people to enjoy on board its ships. Discovery Princess offers classics such as Crooners, the Good Spirits at Sea Bar, Crown Grill Bar, Take 5, O'Malley's Irish Pub, the Vista Lounge, the Wakeview Bar, the Seaview Bar, the Mix, and the Retreat Bar. There are just plenty of spaces to explore both indoors and out. On the entertainment front, Discovery Princess offers a number of main production shows: Viva la Musica, Rock Opera, and Spotlight. Each offers lively music and choreography, though I was disappointed that none offered the more traditional stage show format of anything resembling a plotline. Still, the spectacle was fun, the singers and dancers were amazing, and there's something very special about punctuating a night on board a cruise ship with showtime in the theatre. In the Vista Lounge, Princess has created the Laugh Lounge. During our cruise, comedians came on board for several days at a time and performed their stand-up routines across a number of time slots, with more adult-oriented content later in the night. It was hugely popular, and I recommend getting to the venue at least half an hour early to secure a seat in the relatively small Vista Lounge. Live music is always going somewhere on board, and I also really appreciated that Princess brought on local acts to really immerse people in a destination even while on board the ship. One area where Princess has lagged behind the competition is when it comes to its cabins, both the design and size. The Royal Class bones are hard to ignore, and except for the balcony, regular cabins lack a lounge or sofa, offering only the bed and a single chair. In the face of competition from the likes of the Celebrity Edge class ships with their hotel room-like proportions, particularly in terms of the bathroom, Princess had to make changes. I'm glad to say that they have made some changes on their newest Sun and Star Princess cruise ships, with now even regular cabins featuring a small seating area or lounge and sofa, and an upgraded bathroom that features a fresher design and a glass shower door. Unfortunately, Discovery continues with the old generation layout, but in keeping with the brighter and more modern design seen elsewhere on board, cabins are light and airy and feel like much nicer spaces than those on the cruise line's older ships. On board, you'll find interior cabins, balcony and deluxe balcony cabins, mini suites and full suites. For those interested in the best accommodations on board, the Sky Suites are for you. And feel free to invite me to join you. There are two, and they take pride of place above the Lido pool deck, with gigantic balconies measuring around 65 square meters or 700 square feet, overlooking the movies under the star screen. Each sleeps 5, so if you're a group of 10, you could even grab both. It's also worth noting that Princess still provides twice daily housekeeping, and who doesn't love a turn-down service? I can't create a Princess review without talking about the medallion. It's almost old hat now, it's been around for that long, but it still is the most groundbreaking technology that you'll find at sea. It forms an important backbone of the Princess Cruises experience. Your regular cruise card is replaced with a coin-like token that acts as your room key, payment device, and even locator. Combined with the much improved but still not flawless Princess app, you can use the medallion and your phone or device to check your daily schedule, find your cruise mates provided that they've provided you with permission to track them, chat with the crew to avoid lining up at guest services, and even order food and drinks to almost wherever you are on board. For travelers who prefer not to be connected, you don't need to rely on the app. Princess still provides a printed daily schedule at turndown, and you actually still need to refer to that paper sheet to find venue operating hours, as these are confusingly and annoyingly not available within the app. In terms of actual day-to-day experience, I found that things like food and drink delivery worked about 75% of the time during my cruise. It certainly wasn't flawless, but when it worked, it was brilliant. Princess offers 3 fare tiers. The first one is called Princess Standard, and that's just your basic cruise fare. It includes dining at all of the included or complimentary venues, as well as basic beverages like filtered coffee, black tea, and some milk options, as well as basic juices at breakfast time and iced water. Princess Plus is available for 65 Australian dollars per day extra and comes with 2 casual dining meals per voyage, 15 alcoholic beverages per day, unlimited soft drinks and barista-made coffee, unlimited high-speed internet for one device, as well as activation of Ocean Now, the onboard food and drink delivery service. Princess Premier is $100 per day and adds to it unlimited internet for 4 devices per person, unlimited casual and specialty dining, and unlimited alcoholic beverages. The full list of inclusions is available on the Princess website. I think that Princess Plus remains the sweet spot in terms of overall value for regular cruisers. Big ship cruising, which is what Discovery Princess offers, can sometimes have its downsides, particularly on busy voyages where over 4,000 passengers could be sharing your space. During our week-long voyage, we had about 3,800 passengers on board, and I can't say that I ever felt particularly overwhelmed. Certainly there were times in the buffet or on the pool deck where things could get chaotic, but on the whole, things never felt too crazy. For those of you who love a Princess cruise, you'll need to get yourself on board Discovery Princess when she arrives down under in December 2025. The ship is an almost perfect blend between the more traditional Royal Princess and the more contemporary Sun Princess. She still retains those classic features like her grand piazza, numerous lounge, bar and dining options, and expansive pool decks. There's plenty of variety when it comes time to dine, her technology is industry leading, and for those who enjoy a drink and like to remain connected while traveling, Princess Plus is solid value. I'm only disappointed that Discovery Princess is so far scheduled to only have one season in Australia. But who knows what the future will bring. Let me know in the comments, what are you most excited about experiencing on Discovery Princess? Many of you have been telling me in messages and comments that you have booked your spot on board. So let me know if you haven't. Would you? Are you looking forward to it? Are you considering booking? I'd be very curious to know. And if you're looking to book your spot, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au, where you can search, compare, and even book your cruise and hold your specific cabin. It's super easy. And if you do have any trouble with that, my travel agent partner, Cynthia, is an absolute star, and she can help you organize everything. As I've written in the description, I did travel on this cruise as part of a media pack. So I was there with other journalists experiencing the product, but this review is fully mine. I have not been paid for this review and I've not been told what to say. It's all mine. Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guy, and from there you can stay up to date with my travels as they happen. Thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you very soon.